I'm Ken Avery. I'm your host tonight with my co-host, Michael Tellerino, and my special guest, Chester of Chester's Chairs. Chester,
Yes,
why don't you give everybody a little insight on how you got started with the wheelchairs for veterans?
it happened a couple of years back. A friend of mine used to house Vietnam veterans in her house, and every time she get a new veteran, she would need some kind of supply, either a wheelchair or a bed or something like that. I'd go on Marketplace or Facebook. Back then it was Craigslist. I'd offer my service, go out there and pick them up for her or get them donated for free.
What? I'm sorry.
No.
What type of wheelchairs do you accept? Any type of wheelchairs?
I accept
Are they
any
motorized, regular wheelchairs, or
Yeah, I accept any type of wheelchairs, motorized, regular. I do walkers, canes, the Rolodex ones with the seats on them. Mm-hmm. I'll do any kind of medical equipment type that I can possibly donate to a veteran or anybody in need.
And all of this is free to the veteran or whoever might need this, correct?
Any veteran that needs a wheelchair can contact me. We will give them a free wheelchair, no cost to them whatsoever, or their family members. If there's a person that is not a veteran, basically what we ask is a donation to cover the cost of the batteries, and we will give them a wheelchair also.
are these all motorized wheelchairs?
Majority of the ones I have are motorized. There's a lot of them that are not motorized.
How fast do them things go?
About 6 to 8 miles an hour on some of them.
Wow.
Can you adjust the speeds on them for
Yes.
people?
Yes, there's a button you can adjust them.
The type of wheelchairs do you get? Are they in pretty sad shape and need work, or how do you go about getting the parts that you need to make them, usable for the veteran?
Majority of the wheelchairs I get are pretty decent shape. People have them sitting in their garage from a loved one that passed, don't know what to do with them. They see my thing and they wind up donating them to me. Majority of the time they need batteries. Some of them need a little parts here and there, but I have wheelchairs that I did get that I could take parts off and, kind of swap out to make a decent wheelchair out of one or two. I do have a couple contacts through Pride wheelchairs, so if I have a question regarding an issue I have with them, usually they help me out because, like I said, I'm a nonprofit and I'm doing this for the veterans, so they give me all the help I need.
You recently got your not-for-profit status, correct?
Yes, sir.
So anybody that makes a donation to you, whether it's monetary or in the form of a wheelchair, that's tax deductible.
Correct.
So it's great for them and it helps a veteran.
Right. If I do get a wheelchair donated to me, if they want a form stating that they donated to me, we will give them a form stating
Right.
that they donated a chair.
Say if say the wheelchair, the battery goes dead or something needs a repair, it can come right back to you and you'll take care of that.
We'll
for
take
them.
it back, and if I can't fix it, I'll put them in another one.
That's amazing what you're doing for our veterans. I've seen you on Facebook presenting a wheelchair to a veteran, and let me tell you, they're so grateful
Yes.
for what you've done for them to give them mobility that before getting that wheelchair, they were trapped. I mean,
Right.
they had no way of really getting around without the help of somebody to assist them. But you're giving them their freedom back.
Well, most VAs take them anywhere from 4 to 6 months or sometimes longer for them to get on a waiting list to get a chair. Mm-hmm. And then they got to go through a training process in order to get the chair if they're in a home or something like
Right.
that. They have to go through a process to teach them how to use the wheelchair so they don't run into somebody or, run through the window or something like that. Basically.
That's why I was asking the speeds on them things.
How does it make you feel when you present a wheelchair? It's a gift of life to them. You gotta feel so humbled by what you're doing.
I feel great, especially on the veteran's face when you present them a chair that they've been waiting for 6 to 8 months
Right.
for one, and they call you and say, hey, I've been on a waiting list. Can you help me out? I'll give me a chair. I'll get them a chair. I'll give it to them. If they get their chair after their 6 to 8 months, they can return it to me.
That's just awesome. Let me ask you another question, and I'm sure Kenny wants to know this too. We've got veterans that have service dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how does that work with them in a wheelchair? We train our veterans to work with the veterans that are in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any issue with providing the chair to a veteran
Not at all.
that has a service dog and a wheelchair.
In fact, the serviceman, one of the gentlemen that was at a show that I was at, that he
Tracy.
presented, Tracy Reed.
Right.
I presented him with a
He was so
wheelchair.
grateful. Let me
Oh,
tell
I
ya.
know, he was.
He had when he called
Oh,
us.
my
He actually called me and he says, I can't believe that somebody did this for me.
Right.
Actually gave me my life back. He said that guy Chester Barnard, hands down, is a great man. He saved my life again.
And I still call him time to time to see how he's doing.
Yeah, it's
I
just
kind of
amazing.
figure out, I call a few of the veterans, see how they're doing and everything else with their chairs. I had a lady who's a teacher and her son basically needed a regular wheelchair. And she came to look at a chair that I had. She picked it out and I asked her, I says, well, why is your son in a chair? And he had one of the little boards that he'd do all his saying,
Right.
talking to. And she said that, I said, what about a power chair? She says, I can't afford one.
How expensive are they?
Anywhere from, the ones I get, the power chairs, are anywhere from $1,200 to a couple thousand.
Wow.
The majority of them I get are free from me. They're donated to me from people that have them and don't know what to do with them.
A lot of people can't afford $1,200 for a
No,
chair.
no.
No.
Right, Ken?
No, not at all.
I mean,
And to finish that story, you gave that lady that chair for free.
I told her I heard her story. She says that she's having a hard time pushing her son around, her and her two other kids. That when he comes home from school, he goes in his room. He's depressed. He sits in his room all day. He doesn't come out
Right.
his room. So I offered her. I says, well, what if I gave you a power wheelchair for him? She says, I can't afford it. I says, okay, well, I says, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make your day. I says, I'm going to give you a power wheelchair. She goes, no. I says, you pick out a chair that you think your son would like. She picked out a chair, and we delivered it to his house right before he got off the school bus.
no kidding. Wow.
We put him in it, kind of showed him how to operate. It took him a little while, she said, a couple of days or so, to figure it out
Sure.
with the help of our kids and stuff. But since he's got the wheelchair, he's been at the zoo 3 times. He's been at other places that they were never allowed to go because
Right.
nobody was able to push him for
That's-
long distances.
What criteria does somebody have to have before you'll give them a wheelchair? Is there any requirements that you say, okay, you have to be this, or this to get a wheelchair from us?
If you're a veteran and I talk to you and you're honest with me, I'll give you a chair.
Do you require a DD-214,
Nope.
any proof of service?
All they got to do is give me their name, their rank. Let me take a picture with them so I can put them on my board. And as long as they do that, I'll give them a chair.
That's great. That's unbelievable. If people want to help and donate, right, Ken?
Yes,
How can they help you?
We have a website, Chester's Chairs, at yahoo.com. I also have a QR code that's on the website,
Right.
so they can donate there, or they can give us a call with my phone number.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes, sir.
So they can find you on Facebook
Yes.
too?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a link to your website so they can make a donation?
Yes.
So that's perfect.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. Not only do you do Chester's Chairs, you also, me and Michael, we have the Forgotten Warrior Memorial out in Shanahan. Tell the people about your little bit of role that you play in our ceremony for these fallen veterans.
Okay. Well, I was with a group called American Warriors, and we basically present the flags to the families of the fallen soldiers, which is a great honor for me to do because I am not a veteran,
I was going to ask you that.
but it's an honor for me to present the flags to these people.
How did you get involved with that?
Like I said, I joined the American Warriors Motorcycle Association. They needed a couple volunteers to help do that, and I volunteered and been doing it for the last couple of years.
It's amazing what you're doing.
You're a man of many talents, that's for sure. I appreciate that. So if people want you need storage.
Correct.
If there's anybody out there that has some storage space for this man, get a hold of him. How many chairs and wheelchairs and stuff do you have right now in your possession?
Probably roughly about 100, 150.
Wheelchairs.
Yes, sir.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Well, majority of them are I'd say about half of them are ready to go.
How do people find you if they're looking for? I mean, if somebody didn't know that there's Chester's wheelchairs out there, how could they find
It's on
you?
me on Facebook.
Are you getting referrals from the VA at least?
I get a couple.
Do you contact the VFW's American Legion Post to let
I have a
them
lot
know?
of VFW posts that I'm trying to work with them to where I can bring a couple chairs and leave them at the VFW post where if they have veterans in need, they can go to their post
Right.
and give them to them, take pictures for me and stuff, and we can come there and present them to them, whatever's easier.
Chester, for you to do this, you have to have a huge heart because there's nothing in it for you other than helping our veterans. And I'm sure these veterans are so appreciative of what you're doing for you because I've seen and I've talked to veterans that were given a wheelchair by you and you changed their life.
Right.
You know, we do the same thing with the service dog.
Correct.
But you're giving them mobility. You're giving them a chance to get out and
Getting their freedom back, more or less.
exactly. So
Exactly.
God bless you. That's amazing.
How long does it take for you to get one of these chairs up and running?
If it's just a matter of batteries, instead of me calling up Interstate and telling them I need the batteries, and I'll have them ready for me. I pick them up, put it
So-
in, and go. Within a matter, I can get a wheelchair to a veteran within 24 hours.
Within 24 hours.
Wow.
How far do you go?
Just in Illinois for right now.
Just in Illinois. for
I do
right now.
have people. I do have some chairs that are in Tennessee that a group brought 2 chairs down there to a veterans home out there.
Are you looking to expand out of state?
Eventually down the line, if I can, sure, why not?
That's amazing.
I was
What?
nothing.
No. Again, like I said, I've talked to veterans that you've given a wheelchair to, and they can't believe that somebody stepped up to help them the way you did.
Right.
And it's free. Absolutely positive. 101% free.
If they'd like to give me a donation, they can. If they don't have the money, most veterans are on a fixed income. So, I'd rather help them out than,
They,
somebody scamming me to get a wheelchair and then find out that it's going on Facebook or Marketplace
Yeah.
to be sold.
so you deliver them, or they can come to you and get
Correct.
pick it up too.
Yeah, if they need me to deliver it, I will deliver it to their house.
Do you show them how to?
I will show them how it operates, how it works, and everything else.
Okay, but do you know, a lot of these chairs have to have some type of assist on a car.
Right.
I don't know what would you call that? How do they get them?
A lift.
It's a lift, yeah.
Okay, and then you can show them how to attach that. Mm-hmm. And
Sometimes I get the lifts donated to me too, so I have them available at
So
times.
if they have a vehicle, you'll outfit it with a lift to get that wheelchair in that vehicle?
If I happen to have something that can work for them, I will help them out with it.
That's great.
that's great. That's
That
great.
gives
I
them
don't give them that. I don't get them that often, but I do get them at times.
Right. But that would give them 100% mobility.
Right.
I mean, they can go anywhere with the right vehicle. With the lift, they just roll that chair in. Family drives them wherever they want to go. Roll that chair out.
Harbor Freight usually carries the ones for the wheelchairs and that. And they're
How
not that-
expensive are they?
They're a couple $100, maybe $300-400
Really?
tops.
For all that hardware to lift
It's
that?
it's just like a ramp that you fold down and you roll it right up and strap it down.
Really?
The power ones are a lot more money.
Oh, I'm sure anything would be for that. But again, what's the hardest part of doing what you're doing? There's got to be a drawback.
Trying to figure out some of the electrical stuff with these chairs because I'm really not, I'm not mechanically inclined with how they operate, but I'm doing my best, and I pretty much
You're getting
I
by.
get by, and I got help on the other end where I can call somebody and say, hey, I got 10 lights flashing on this thing. What does it mean? And they'll tell me and how to go about it and
Walk you right through
walk
it.
it right through
Well, I
it.
can tell you, it takes a special person to do what you're doing. It really does. God bless you. In every aspect of what you're doing to help our veterans, because like I said, I've talked to them. I know what these chairs mean to them.
Right.
So what you're doing is God's work. It really is.
And when I helped Tracy Reed, like I said, when he was there to get his dog, he went to get up and he almost fell over because he couldn't get up, and I grabbed him and helped him. I offered him the chair then, and he just kind of looked at me and he's like, okay. He didn't think I was serious. And I followed up and called him and asked him when he was ready for his chair. And he told me, whenever you want to bring it to me. So I went to the house, got it all ready for him. And then when I called him, I says, what else do you need? He goes, what do you mean? I said, what else do you need? Do you need any canes? Do you need a walker? You need any? He said, I can use a cane. So I brought him 4 or 5 different canes along with it so he could pick out a cane that he wanted.
Unbelievable. Again, you're doing God's work. You really are.
Yeah, and you're helping out veterans. I met your uncle,
Right.
who's a retired Marine. And how many other family members you got in the...
I got 3 other uncles that passed. My brother's a veteran, and I've got a couple cousins that are in the service right now.
So even though you're not a veteran, you come from a long family of
Yes.
service to our country through your family members and stuff like that. So, and I've always said, you don't have to be a veteran to be patriot.
No.
No.
Okay,
Not at all.
doing what you're doing is such a patriotic thing. Not being a veteran, you understand what our veterans mean and what they have done for our country.
I've been to the VA with my uncles and stuff. I see these back when it was bad, where they were laying in their soiled clothes on the gurneys and all
Right.
that stuff. I said, something had to be changed.
It's gotten a lot
Right,
better. It's
right,
gotten a lot better.
right.
But for people like you, we need more people like you out there to help
we
out our veterans and our first responders and everything. How many people work with you?
Right now, I've got 10 people that are going to form with me to help me do whatever I need to do.
And they can help you transfer.
They'll transfer, they'll pick up, and everything else.
And like I said, you're a nonprofit,
Right.
so everything works on donations.
Right.
So if you're looking to make a donation to an amazing not-for-profit, go to Chester's Chairs,
Yes.
Yeah.
.org,
Yahoo.com
yahoo.com, and
or on Facebook.
and hit that donate button, because you're going a long way to help our veterans. You really are. Your donation's going to make a difference in a veteran's life. So,
Like I said, if there's anybody out there that can help and give me some storage space, I can really use that.
how much storage space you need?
Decent sized space right now. Everything's scattered.
10 by 10, 20 by 20.
I
20
got
by
stuff
40?
I got stuff out in Cicero. I got stuff in my garage, and I've got other stuff in.
So you'd like to have one central
Right,
location where you can
correct.
have everything, do your little manufacturing, your little
Can do our repairs right there if we
repairs,
have
do it
to.
all. That if anybody's out there that has any warehouse space they'd like to donate to an amazing organization, please don't hesitate to reach out, because this is a company that could use it and put that space to good use, and that space would be tax deductible
Correct.
as well.
Right, because we're
So-
nonprofit.
Because whatever that space would cost normally, they would get a tax deduction for their taxes for that amount of money. So, Chester, again, I can't thank you enough. I'm sure Kenny feels the same way. What you're doing is amazing.
Yeah, me and Kenny go back ways.
Yeah.
I've helped him out a few times.
Yes. Yes, this man will give you the shirt off his back. Actually, he helped find my dog Christmas night. Him and Bolingbrook Animal Control. Shout out to them too.
Correct.
This guy's nonstop. He's always going. I don't know when he sleeps, but I can't talk
Well,
anything bad about this man. He's one of the greatest guys I've ever met in my lifetime, and I deeply appreciate everything you do for us.
I appreciate it too.
God bless you, and thank you for being here today to help get the word out that there is hope for our veterans out there that are in need of a wheelchair, that there is a place for them to go.
I have people that are willing to drive different lengths and to give the chairs to people too. So, but we're pretty much stationed in Illinois, maybe Indiana, but I don't want to go too far right now.
Well, thank you.
All right, thank you. Everybody have a fantastic night. Have a great new year. And we will be seeing you soon.
Thank you, and have a great night.
Take care.
God bless. And thank you, Chester.
Oh, thank
for
you.
being an amazing guest and doing amazing things. Like I said, you're doing God's work for our
I
veterans.
appreciate you guys also.
Thank you.
Thank you.